Hello, welcome to Kramer and Jeff's Uncensored. Happy to have you here. This episode will be a little weird. We're going to dip in a few seconds ago. How about the kids? Radiothon's coming up for Hopkins. So we got to go through prep stuff for that. But we wanted to say hi to all of our podcasting friends. If you're new to this, give you a quick heads up just in case. Jess?
The Uncensored podcast is basically like your close friends feature on Instagram, where you're like very particular on who you share anything to, or maybe even like a group chat as well. It's just very unhinged, if you will. And that's kind of like what our Uncensored is.
Yeah, so everything here is cool. Don't call us out of any of this. Let's get right into it. Finally, how long have you lived here?
It'll be 5 years in
September, right?
July that we've lived here.
Oh yeah. This is a milestone moment for you, Jess. What's finally happening?
Yeah, my best friend is finally coming to visit. So some of you know her, some of you don't. My best friend Steph from San Diego. It's just been like crazy that we have not been in the same place since I moved from San Diego, because she also moved to Connecticut, and now she's finally in Vegas doing radio there. And it's become like a long running joke in our friendship that she's always like, I need to come see you. And like, I'm just like, yeah, I know, but whatever. Like, it's gotten to the point where anytime that she's made a comment about coming to visit me or like needing to see me, I'm just like, I know, but I'm not, like, you're never coming here.
Dude,
like,
I get some of those.
And not even like, also no shade, no tea. Like, it's really fucking hard to come out here. I know how it is. Like, I know how we're both in the same industry, which is why we're just so close of like understanding the craziness of life and also the craziness of life in radio. So like, no shade, no tea. But my thing has always been like, stop saying you're going to come here, because you're not going to come here.
I know.
And then at the end of last year, Steph and her husband James were like, no, we're like literally coming. And now even my husband Garage Boy is like, I'm not believing anything until we actually see a screenshot of the ticket. Because then I started being like, I just want you to stop saying it, because now you're making me feel like you're going to come. And I'd rather not get my hopes up if you're not coming, because like, it's okay. Like, it is okay. Right. And so on Sunday, she FaceTimes me. And I actually thought she was going to tell me that like, it wasn't going to work out, because she gave me a few dates and I was expecting her to tell me that they weren't going to be able to come just because they've been going through a lot of stuff right now. Right. And so she FaceTimes me and she's like, I just sent you a picture. Look at it. And I was like, what's happening? And I thought it was going to be about something or someone. And I look and they actually bought their ticket. They're both coming next month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're coming next month. It's a massive deal. And I was thinking about it. The reason why it's a big deal, just because I'm so beyond excited out of my mind, is that Garage Boy has not been, at the longest that he's been with Steph and I together was our wedding weekend. And even with that, it was so busy and there were so many people around. But he's never really witnessed us just together, like 48 hours of really the two of us.
Well, that was my question. Is what's his thought? Because, okay, keep in mind, I've known Jess for 10 years. Obviously, I've seen transformation of her. I knew them. I mean, you would have been, what, 21? 22? 22. So
actually, I don't know.
Like meeting anyone when they're 21, 22, and Steph's a little bit older. She's what? She's 33.
Is she a year or two older than me? I really don't know.
I don't remember. But I mean, these girls are wild. So like, I'm having, obviously, like, there's like certain things I have to like update my brain on with some of these things.
It's also different too, because our relationship with you is very different, where it's like you knew what we allowed you to know, because there was still that like separation.
Yeah.
So it's like there's still kind of a window there, but like also still like a boundary, because like technically you were like, not technically, like you were someone that we answered to. So there's kind of that difference there. And I asked him, I was like, because he got a little taste of it our wedding weekend, the night before we got married.
Yeah.
When we all had our rehearsal dinner and then we went out after, and I had like a strict bedtime of like, and I had a plan. I'm like, I'm not getting wasted tonight. Like, I'm going to be in bed. I want to be in bed, moisturized, serum to the fuck up by like 9:45, right? Yeah. That went out the window when I saw all of my friends together for the first time in like 6 years.
Sure.
Immediately went out. I like blacked out and I just turned into fucking, I don't know, like Venom from Spider-Man. Like I was out of pocket. And the thing about Stephanie is like, she kept pushing my bedtime later and later. So she's like, well, what about like 9? And then it was 9. What about like 9:30? And then it's like 10. And she's like, what about 11:30? Like, who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
And so her and I are very much like, who gives a fuck? Like, let's party.
I know.
She would have let me party all night. And Gerald kind of like, he saw that a little bit. And thank God my other best friend, Mary, was there, who like is a teacher. And she like held us the fuck down. And she like grabs me. And she's like, the Uber is called. We're leaving now. I'm like, no, why does she get to stay and I don't? Where?
So that's what I'm saying. So when she comes, like, is it going to be wild? And like, is Garage ready? Like, how does this all work? Because obviously we've got 2 husbands. I didn't realize that Stephanie's husband was coming. So
yeah, who's also like one of like my best friends.
Yeah. So like, what's the dynamic gonna be, you think, for the weekend that everybody's here?
Garage Boy said, I'm most excited for the energy and I'm most terrified of the energy.
Yeah.
So like, he's super down and is like really excited for us. He's excited to be with them because he loves them, you know, but and he's always said like, I just wish I could have more time with them. And obviously like long distance besties are like just super fucking difficult. You know what I mean? It's always in small increments. I think it's going to be like just so much fun. I think the only difference is instead of like being crazy for long periods of time, I think we'll probably have like one crazy outing and then everything else will just be like chill. Yeah.
That's a different thing. What I found is when I don't drink anymore, but when I was like, let's say your age, 30, young 30, still drinking, when I would get together with people from, let's just say, college, that time of life, maybe like my first gig out of, like, you kind of revert back. At least you try to revert back to it, because this is what you're used to, right? Like, hey, what we did was when we all got together, we would like go out and we'd all get wasted. But like, my body couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And like, nobody's body could do it anymore. But everybody was pointing fingers at one another, being like, "Hi, you're old, not me. Like, I can still do this." And it's almost like this like challenge to like keep up with. Yeah. I can still hang like I could when I was 21. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not so much like trying to like relive anything. It's more so like unable to control the person that you just turn into when you're around that other person.
Yeah.
Because I feel like her and I are soulmates, and like when I'm around her, it's just I don't know, like we just like whatever happens.
It's not even that you like regress. It's like I feel like when you have a friend like that, you just like all the guards are down. You know?
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
So do you have like a plan of like the fun Baltimore things you're gonna show her? Like, are you guys gonna go to the club? Like,
we're trying to think, because obviously it's, and I told her, I'm like, girl, and she lived in Connecticut, so she gets it. I'm like, it's gonna be cool as fuck when you get here.
That's true.
You know, like she's coming February. It's cold as shit. There's like not a lot going on. So I'm trying to think of like what we can do during the day that's still kind of cute, even though it's gonna be like cold.
Maybe like a vam.
Why didn't you go to Vegas while it was cold?
Well, because I told her, I was like, dude, should we just even come to Vegas? But she was like, no, like I need to come. And she was like, obviously, yes, you can. But like, no matter what, like we are coming to see you there. Because I did go out and see her when she was in Connecticut at the time as well, you know?
Right.
And so I think she wants to see my.
I'm going to wait till it's extremely cold.
I was like, you can come till fall. We have so many cute festivals.
I know. It's going to be so ugly here too at that point.
But it's fine. Like, I think that's what I love about like, when your best friend ever comes to visit, there's no, like, we could literally, honestly, we could stay in our apartment the whole fucking time and have the best fucking time. Totally. So I think it's like, whatever, you know, I'll definitely get some rec, Charlotte, just because you know of so many places I probably haven't been yet.
We'll scheme for sure.
I am so excited.
It's exciting. We'll talk more obviously as we get closer to it. I made the world's worst typo. And I don't even know if this is recoverable at this point. Like, I feel like maybe she forgives me, but I can't be 100% sure. I'll tell you what this is after the break. Hang on. It's like you're gonna cringe because this is just so bad. I can't talk about this in the air because I might get offended, but like you ever say a typo? I think it's worse when you make a typo and you catch it, that's fine. When you make a typo and you don't catch it, it sits there for a while and it reads what you're trying to say is completely the wrong message you're trying to send, it gets even worse.
Mhm.
Okay, so I had a friend. I'm going to leave Nick out of this, but I had a friend, and I think we all. I'm the same way. Probably one of my more body conscious friends.
Mhm.
Sent me a screenshot of somebody the other day, one of our mutual friends, and was like, "Oh my God, she lost so much weight. She's on Ozempic, and she looks great." And I saw it, and she was right. She did look great. I responded back with, "Oh my gosh, she does look great. Also, maybe you should get on Ozempic,
Why'd you say that?
right?
Or what did you mean to say?
Right? Ah, okay. What I meant to say in that, when you check your keyboard, you'll understand this is it can be a very common mistake. You and I are right next to each other. So what I meant to type is
Maybe I should get on
maybe
Ozempic?
I should get on Ozempic. But in turn, I said maybe, and keep in mind, think about your most, like, one of your most body conscious friends.
Oh yeah.
And like if you literally sent, I literally said, and I'll read it back. Also, maybe you should get on.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
How long did it sit there for?
I don't have the time to, but it was like enough time. I mean,
Wait, did you catch it or you didn't? And she
I-
had to respond.
I
to say?
didn't at first, and she just said, "Wow," and I was like, it kind of took me a second. I was like, obviously, it was being kind of funny, you know, because the girl, I mean, she looked great. And then I caught it, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I typed "I." Oh my God, no, I meant you. And then I literally went back and showed. I'm like on the keyboard, it's right next to each other, and I swear to God, I meant maybe
You meant yourself, not
maybe
her.
I should get on Ozempic, not maybe you should get on Ozempic, because by saying that to you, it's got to be one of the worst. I mean, of anybody in the world I could have said it to, it's probably one of the worst people I could have said it to.
Yeah.
Um,
that
I mean, saying that to any woman is absolutely
Say it to
crazy.
anyone. Just say, "Oh my God, you should get on Ozempic."
Yeah, I mean, it's
you can say it to any human,
yeah.
unless you're genuinely concerned about like their weight, and maybe they've asked you, "Hey, what should I do?" That's probably the only time you should ever tell someone that they should get on Ozempic.
Does she believe you or no?
I can't tell.
Yeah, because it was too much time.
I can't tell.
Yeah, she probably doesn't.
If she does, and I only screenshot that one part so I can read, and I forget because it was like a really awkward interaction after that, and then
of course.
I tried to like move on, but it just got weird after that.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where I'm like, fuck, like I don't think there's anything I can say or do
No.
to like prove to you.
Mm-mm.
But like, why would I tell somebody to get on Ozempic?
Because you talk wild.
But not that.
Yeah, you do.
Also, maybe you should get on Ozempic. Like, I don't even know. It's almost so bad. This was last week. I'm almost wondering, do I need to like have
Conversation.
a conversation about it?
Probably that's not over text.
You need to send a
Like,
fruit basket.
Do I need to call and be like, it's been a week now.
Yeah.
Do
you
I
should
do I need to call and be like, hey, I wanna talk to you about that Ozempic tech test. Like, it almost seems like I'm putting more emphasis on the error than it may even be worth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering if this happened.
No, but you just said this is the most body
yes,
conscious person
yes.
that you know.
Hands down.
It's giving in need of reassurance.
If I called her immediately,
You should have called her immediately.
like,
Yeah.
that would be a thing. I was ready to just move on from it, right? I don't know
If
at
it's
this
too
point,
late.
is it too late? Because we haven't talked. So I'm like, do I need to now go back and be like, hey, you know, because then I feel it's almost like I'm being overly what's the word? Like overly like when you're guilty of something and like you're trying to cover your track.
No, I think honestly, it doesn't have to be that crazy. I think you can call and just be like, hey, I just want to chat real quick because I feel like it's been awkward ever since I accidentally sent that text. You have to know, I would literally never ever say that to you whatsoever, and say it like I is right next to you on the keyboard, and like I got played by Siri. So please know, I would never say that to you. I don't believe that at all whatsoever. But I just, even if you don't care, I need you to know that from me, and you need to be like, I should have called you immediately, but like just know.
it's got to be one of the worst.
Yeah, that's
I mean, in my
that's an
history
L
of
for
typing,
sure.
I think that may have been my worst typo ever.
Just give her a call.
I don't know. Like, Charlotte, would you want to get a call like them? Probably made it like a week later.
No.
It almost just seems like it's a guilt. I feel guilty. This isn't about you at all. At this point, this is about me.
I mean, I don't want to be called in general. I think if it were me, I would just like, since you like want to be kind of chill about it, because you're like, are they even thinking about it? I would just be like, hey, remember when I accidentally like
bring it up as a joke.
Yeah, like do it as a joke. And then I feel like you can like be like, but for real, I'm so sorry. Like that was whack as hell. That's what I do.
I think it's just based on your friend and like her humor, not yours.
Yeah.
Man, of all the things,
if you think she'd be receptive to that,
I don't know. But I feel like the more time that goes by, the worse it's gonna get. So if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it like now.
Yeah.
Every day is just gonna get worse and worse and worse, that's it. YouTube, I didn't really check in today. I know this one's shorter. We got a screwy week this week. Lucina's here. Lucina, sounds like my mic is off. I don't know what's fucked up with this mic.
Shit.
Is your volume down over there?
It sounded pretty normal to me.
Charlotte, you know why? Now, tell us this. Is Charlotte? Tell us now. Is the echo gone now? If it is, Charlotte's fired. So immediately let us know that if the echo's gone on YouTube.
That's so funny. Are people out here typing the letter U in place of the full word? LOL. Maybe she can understand that's not your typing style.
Yeah. Wait, Lucina, the echo is gone. Lucina said there's an echo, and I think it's because Charlotte's mic was not muted.
Would that mean for the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sounded like shit on YouTube.
It's all right.
All right. Well, Charlotte's last week. All right, we gotta go say hi to the kids over at Hopkins. Jess, where do we find you and all your chaos in the upcoming weekend?
Just do it. JESSDUITT on all social platforms.
Miss, I'm new and I forget to hit the mic. Y'all, there's a lot of to be honest with you, there's so many buttons that have to be pushed just right. And I think we found out last week. You don't be sorry, but it's just oh my god.
No, that was a flop.
Not as big as his text fly.
Hello. Charlotte, where do we get to know you?
I am at PTSD Diva pretty much everywhere.
And I'm that guy Kramer. We love y'all, and we'll try to get everything squared away for next week. All right. Love you guys. See ya. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, YouTube.